Hello. This second video details some of the historical background of the Apostolic succession and the Old Catholic Church from which the Open Episcopal Church originates. Willibrord was consecrated a bishop by Pope Sergius I at Rome in 696 and founded the Diocese of Utrecht in the Netherlands, which eventually emerged as an archiepiscopal see. In 1125, Pope Eugene III gave Utrecht the right to elect its own bishops, and this privilege was both restated and affirmed by the Fourth Lateran Council in the year 1215. In 1520, Pope Leo X, by virtue of Debitum Pastoralis, granted to the 57th Bishop of Utrecht, Philip of Burgundy, that no clergy or laity from Utrecht would ever be tried by a Roman tribunal. These papal grants demonstrate and underpin the autonomous character of that church. However, in 1691, Archbishop Petrus Code was accused of heresy by the Jesuits. In 1701, despite his acquittal on all counts, Pope Clement XI suspended Code and went on to appoint a successor. In keeping with its ancient rights, the See of Utrecht ignored Clement XI, and Code remained as archbishop until his resignation in 1703. After Code's resignation, Cornelius van Steenhoven was consecrated archbishop, who then consecrated bishops for Deventer, Haarlem and Groningen. In what was seen as a violation of Utrecht's ancient rights and privileges, Pope Benedict XIII declared all of the consecrations to be null and void, and the archbishop and his 3 bishops suffered excommunication. It is in the subsequent fallout from this that we can see what may be termed the crystallization of the Old Catholic Church of the Netherlands, which since 1724 has been an autocephalous Catholic Church. In the year 1853, Pope Pius IX received guarantees of religious freedom from the Dutch king Wilhelm II and established a Catholic hierarchy that was loyal to the papacy in the Netherlands. This new hierarchy existed alongside that of the See of Utrecht. Thereafter in the Netherlands, the Utrecht hierarchy was referred to as the Old Catholic Church to distinguish it from those who were in union with the Pope and to mark the difference between Old Catholic teaching and the New Catholic teaching post the First Vatican Council of 1870. It is highly significant that in the mind of Rome, the Old Catholic Church had maintained apostolic succession, and its clergy celebrated valid sacraments in every respect. In short, although the Old Catholic Church was regarded as a schismatic body, it was never in heresy. The years immediately following on from the First Vatican Council were most certainly momentous ones for the Old Catholic Church. A number of groups of German-speaking Catholics in Germany, Austria and Switzerland rejected outright the Council's controversial declaration of papal infallibility in matters of faith and morals. In the spring of 1871, a convention held in Munich gathered some of these into the Old Catholic Church. The Old Catholic Archbishop of Utrecht went on to ordain priests and consecrate bishops for the remaining disaffected groups, and later many of them united formally under the name of the Utrecht Union of Churches in 1889. Although it had continued to use the Roman Rite, from the middle of the 18th century, Utrecht had increasingly used the vernacular instead of Latin. The various churches which broke from Rome in 1870 and subsequently entered into union with Utrecht gradually introduced the vernacular into the liturgy until it completely replaced Latin. And in 1874, the Old Catholics removed the requirement of clerical celibacy. On April 28, 1908, Father Arnold Harris Matthew was consecrated a bishop by the Old Catholic Archbishop of Utrecht, Archbishop Gerhardus Scholl, assisted by the Old Catholic bishops of Haarlem, Deventer and Bern in St. Gertrude's Old Catholic Cathedral, Utrecht. Bishop Arnold Matthew's charge was to establish a mission in the United Kingdom that would lay the foundations for a non-papal Catholic Church that would minister to Roman Catholics and Anglo-Catholics who were impeded from full participation in the life and sacraments of the Church. The mission to the United Kingdom has to be set also within the context of the papal bull Apostolici Curiae issued by Pope Leo XIII in 1896, which concluded that Anglican orders were so lacking in Catholicity that they were in effect null and void. In the light of this, Bishop Matthew's mission was to found and build up a valid Catholic ministry in England, where the Anglican Church was viewed as being deficient in holy orders. As such, Arnold Matthew was the first Old Catholic bishop in the United Kingdom who founded the Old Roman Catholic Church of Great Britain, which for a time was part of the Old Catholic Church of Utrecht. Although surrounded by not a little controversy, the figure of Archbishop Arnold Harris Matthew, subsequently Archbishop of London, is of very great significance for Old Catholic history post-1908. This is because there are literally hundreds of autocephalous Catholic churches in the English-speaking world and elsewhere that reject the dogmas promulgated by the First Vatican Council of 1870 and lay claim to apostolic succession and Catholicity through him. More specifically, though, it was Archbishop Arnold Harris Matthew who paved the way for the founding of what became the Liberal Catholic Church. The founding bishop of the Liberal Catholic Church was James Ingle Wedgwood of the Wedgwood China family, who became a theosophist in 1904 and was subsequently ordained priest on July the 22nd, 1913, by Archbishop Matthew. Wedgwood was consecrated a bishop on February the 13th, 1916 by Bishop Frederick Samuel Willoughby, who had himself been consecrated by Arnold Matthew. It is thus through Arnold Matthew and the Old Catholic Church that the Liberal Catholic Church lays claim to apostolic succession. Bishop Wedgwood went on to found a body that would in 1918 become the Liberal Catholic Church, of which he became the first presiding bishop. In 1941, there was a major split in the Liberal Catholic Church in the United States, brought about by a serious difference of opinion concerning the tenets of theosophy. Bishop Charles Hampton wished to keep adherence to theosophy optional for clergy, a stance that was in keeping with the views and wishes of Bishop Wedgwood. However, Bishop Frank Pigott, the then presiding bishop, disagreed with this position and wished to both promote and further emphasise the place of theosophy in the teaching of the Church. In the ensuing battle, the majority of the American clergy supported Bishop Hampton and broke with Bishop Pigott, continuing as the Liberal Catholic Church but known as the Liberal Catholic Church International in the rest of the world. In September 1997, Richard Palmer was consecrated as bishop of the Liberal Catholic Church in the province of Great Britain, and so we arrive at the events detailed in the previous video leading to the formation of the Open Episcopal Church. As an autocephalous Catholic Church that traces its origin to the Apostles through the ancient Catholic Church of the Netherlands, the Open Episcopal Church is a part of the one Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. And like the one Catholic Church of which it is a part, its teaching is grounded in Holy Scripture and further expressed in the terms of the Nicene and Apostles' Creeds and the teaching of the ecumenical councils of the Church. The Church is orthodox in belief but radical in practice, to ensure we retain our ability to present the message of Christ and the Gospel in a relevant and accessible manner for our age. In the next video, I will trace the history of the Open Episcopal Church.